Hey everybody, John here for Big Eye Review. We're going to take a quick look at the menu selections for the Toguard dash camera. Now first let's take a quick look at what you're probably going to see when you first turn on your camera. You're going to see this. This here is your video mode, and you can change that mode by right here at the bottom right here. Okay, that's your mode button. So let's just push it and see what happens. Okay, now this is photo capture. Alright, so you would probably push your button over here to select one picture. You heard that? I just took a picture. Alright, so let's go back into the mode button, mode, and change that. And this is the replay. So what this will do is allow you to push the up or down button. Up, down. So if we pushed up, another video, up again, and you see this little icon, this is for videos. And this here is, I know it says play, but you'd think it'd have a picture of a camera, because this is just, as you can see, it's just the picture I just took. Okay, so let's get back into video mode. WDR, now this will be on when you have it selected. Your mic, this is recording audio. If it didn't, or if it wasn't recording audio, it would have the line through it. This is the amount of time that it's recorded, or because some of them will say how much time is left. Okay, so yeah, this is telling me a count up to how much time I've recorded. Stop that. And this is total amount recorded so far on the card itself. It also says here that we are in 1080 full HD. This is for the exposure. We're set at 0. This here means we're in loop 5-minute sections. Now if you, well, I'll go through that when we get to it. Of course, then you have your date, your time, battery. I guess that flashes when it's charging. And then of course your SD card here. Now it would be nice if it told you if you had a 64, 32, or a 16, whatever the size gig card. That would be kind of cool. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. Alright, so let's go into the menu. First up, and we're just going to do the video menu. I can't see using this as a camera, and I think it's just a waste of your time and my time to actually go into the actual still shot part of the menu of the camera. So we're going to start with resolution. We're going to press select here, or OK. And you can see we're in 1080 full HD. Now if you want to get more out of your memory card, so if you're running a 32, you can always just go down, pressing the down button here, and go down. Okay, and the more you go down, WGA will give you more video on a 32 gig card, and VGA of course even more. Well, of course what's happening here is you're going to degrade the quality of your video. So 1080 is very memory hungry, but a very good video. Go down to VGA, which is a lot poor quality video, but you'll get a lot of video out of the VGA on a 32 gig card. Don't ask me how much. I'm not a tech person like that. I really couldn't tell you, but probably about 5 times as much than if you were to have it on the 1080. Alright, so for regular car driving, if you have a 32 gig card, 1080 is really good. If you have less than a 32 gig card, go down to the 720 and you'll get a lot more video out of it. If you really want the 1080, then stick with your 1080, but it'll start deleting the files that are on there already. Okay, so we'll press OK here. I'll go down, loop recording. Alright, so that's what we saw there with the 5 minutes, and I told you that's 5-minute segments. Well, that's what this is for. So you have 5-minute segments, 3-minute, 1 minute, and off. Now when it's set to off, it doesn't really mean off. These video cards will record up to, I believe, 4 gigs, and then it'll stop, and you'll start another section. So it's not really off, but the maximum capacity is 4 gigs. So we'll leave mine on 5 here. WDR, wide dynamic range. Now that is there to help the camera dealing with light and dark at the same time, to help enhance the video so that it can kind of even everything out and give you a video of both different contrasting lighting effects. So you'll leave that on. Like if you go through a tunnel or something, you know, and you're coming out, and it'll help to ensure that you have a smooth video in transition. Let's see, okay, we'll select for that WDR. Now down to exposures. Now I would say most of the time, just leave it on 0. But if you're finding, like I do a lot more driving at night, so I might want to bump it up 1. And what happens with that is it kind of brightens it up, but you're going to start to lose a little bit of video quality again if you start, you know, bumping it up and bumping it up, because the camera has to change something to give you that more light. It either has to slow down the frames per second, it has to try and open an aperture, which this is fixed at 2.0. Going down, if you're in a really bright situation, okay, you can go to the -2 or -1. So if really bright, you want to tune it down, go to the minus. If it's too dark, you want to brighten it up a bit, go up to the 1s. But I would say for day-to-day use in your car, 0 is perfect. Down again now, motion detection. Now this is really a great feature that I think is really underestimated. Now let's just go into it here, and of course your options are on and off. Now I've seen what a lot of people do is they'll go down, they'll let's get my hand around here, and it'll be on, and then they'll find themselves they're coming to a red light, and the camera will sit there, and then it goes off. And they're like, oh my goodness, it stopped recording, and at every stoplight it stops recording. Well, that's probably because you have your motion detection on. For most cases, you'll leave this off, but if you decide to park your car, okay, let's say you're going in for a movie or something and you want to record just in case somebody bumps your car. Of course, you'll have to have constant power from your cigarette lighter to power the unit. If it doesn't, what's going to happen is the unit just not going to work. It needs that 12-volt power. So if you don't have 12-volt power, when you turn off your car and the camera goes off, it is not going to work for you. Okay, the same with the parking mode. Parking mode will not work if your 12-volt power supply shuts off with the ignition. This will only work with power supplies that are continually powered by the battery. So in most cases you'll leave this off, but like I said, if you go into a movie, you'll put this to on, you'll select, we'll go to the regular mode now, we'll start recording. Okay, now it's in motion detect, so we're going to wait a couple of seconds. You're going to notice that this will shut down. Alright, so first of all, you can see now that we have that new little icon under the 5. Same kind of looking icon, but it has an F there instead. That's telling me that my motion detection is on. Now, if I move the camera, you're going to see the red light start to flash. Okay, it does want to flash on that. There we go. And if you leave it there for a couple of seconds, so record, I think, up to 10 seconds. I have to go, I think it's about that. Yeah, or 5 seconds. There we go. So that's how that works. So if you see this on and you're wondering why your camera keeps shutting off, that's why. Okay, let's get out of this. Gives you a demonstration of how it works at least. And motion detection. Set to off. Well, okay. Record audio, that's a pretty simple one, on or off. If you want to record what you're saying in the car, leave it on. If you don't, well, turn it off. I leave mine on because you never know, the sound of that crash will be, you know, that's like awesome video. You want to have that the sound of crunching metal. I know it's pretty bad. All right, so we'll select that on. G sensor. I really hate G sensors. I'm sorry. I find they're always just too sensitive. So I have mine set to off, but of course there's high, medium, low, and then off. So you know, I find it just creates too many files. You go through potholes. I mean, listen, if you're doing a pothole survey for your local town and municipality, set that sucker to medium, and every pothole you go over, it'll register it. Okay, enough of that. Date stamp. This is on or off. If you want the date to appear right here on the bottom of your screen, or in your video, you want to keep that on. If not, just, you know, date and time will either be there or won't be there. This is your choice. All right, let's go down again here. Parking monitor. Again, you need to have your 12 volts, not your 12 volts. These cameras run on 5 volts. I'm actually using a little charger here to run this camera right now to make it think it's got 12 volts. They run off 5 volts direct current. So actually any mini USB to regular USB will power this camera. So that's something to think about. Now I set my parking mode to off, but 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 30 seconds. Basically what happens when you set this on, here I'll show you, we'll set it to 5 seconds. All right, and we'll get out of this mode. Now you see here, now you remember I turned the G sensor off, but now you see I got this little icon here. I don't know how good we'll be able to get it in the video, but you can see that's G. Okay, that's the G sensor. It automatically applies the G sensor. And what happens is if the camera, it's a little finicky, I haven't quite figured this out, but if this is on and you leave the camera, and let's say you unplug it, you bring it in your house, and you knock the camera, all right, she'll come on and she starts recording right away. So I guess it's really good if you left it in your car, and somebody bumped your car, it might be enough to set off the G sensor and turn the camera on. That's basically how it works. But I figure if you use motion detection, you'll probably be good with that. So I would kind of stick with that. But you can try this one out if you like. I'm not quite sure if it resets it, because I didn't really put a lot of time into that. Not interested in it. But if it's something you're interested in, then you can check it out. Let's go down, back in, turn it off. Oops, no, parking monitor. We'll set it off. Okay, lane departure warning system. All right, so on and off. So let's go into it and we'll set it to on. Okay, now it doesn't change anything. We have to do the setup. Go back into the system again. I'm going to push up because it's a lot quicker. Forward collision warning system. On. Again, we got to go back here. And I think, here we go, settings, yeah. Okay, now this is for both your lane departure and your forward collision. Now basically, get this in the, it just looks like it's in the video. Okay, there, that's good. Yeah, there we go. That's a lot, you can probably see that a lot easier. So basically, you want your white lines to be in about where these green lines are, and any vehicle caught in this, pretty much this area here, from the green line up, across the red line, and down to the next red line, and where the green line match. This is your forward collision box, okay? Now this can be moved, okay? If you press the up button, you'll see it go up. No, up. See it going up a little bit? And I went down. So it's got about 4 sections, and depending on how you set this camera up in your car will determine how far you need to put it. Now if you have a pickup truck, this really isn't going to work, because you'd have to pretty much point the camera like right up into the sky to be able to get this area here in front of your pickup truck. So it's not really useful for pickup trucks, and as I previously stated in another video, it's a little funky and a little buggy. I don't plan on using it, but I figured I'd show it to you anyways, and you can decide on that yourself. Alright, so let's go back and we're going to shut those things off. This is your lane departure showing that it's on. So we want to go back and shut those things off. Go here, forward collision, set off. Go back again. We're going to set this to off. Bada boom, bada bing. There we go. So that's it for that part of the menu. Now we're going to go into the other part where you're going to do your setups, your settings. Date, time. Select that. So here I already have mine set for 2016, September 12th, 11:54 a.m., 48 seconds. And we have it set to the year, month, and date selection. So let's take a look. Now we'll press select. and that brings us through. If you want to change your settings, you can go up for 10, back down for 9, and that's the same you use for every setting along here, using the OK button to get into each section of the thing. And then we get down here, of course, again, using the up or down button. Keep forgetting you guys can't see too well with this. You know, for pushing up, we'll push up here and we'll go to month, day, year, month, year, and then back to year, month, day. All right. Now let's get back out of this. How the heck did I get out of this last time? Oh, well, that's pretty stupid. Okay. Push it again. Okay, well, I don't know. Why do I always have trouble getting out of that one? Car number. Now this is a really neat feature. I kind of like it, but I'm not really sure how useful it is. I mean, they want you to put, I mean, I put big guy RV in there. Of course, it doesn't mean I do recreational vehicles. It's just a shortening of review, but you guys already know that. You do have the choice, okay, to turn it on or off. You also have the choice of the size. So you can go from, here, you can go down to, I think all the way down to 4 or 5. 3? 2? Oh, sorry, my bad. Go from 1 all the way up to 10, which is it is nice. I do like that feature. And then of course you just come in here and you make your selections for your letters and everything this way with your up and down buttons. You know. Okay, so we're gonna select this. What? Oh, okay. Button do I push? Let me see if I do this. It gets. See, I don't want to do. Okay. Select. Oh. There we go. Okay, so date, time, car number, auto power off. Now, if you forget, and the camera is not recording, and you forget the camera on, again, auto power off seems kind of silly, but the camera, if you set it for 1, 3, or 5 minutes, I think that's a lot to do with the fact that the camera has a battery. This one, it comes with a battery inside it so that it can run for a couple of minutes. I don't think you'll be able to get 5 minutes out of the camera, but you know, I guess if you set it for 1 minute, it would catch you walking into your house if you parked your car in your driveway or something. I don't count on it. I don't use it. It just destroys the batteries. Actually, the batteries have a limited lifetime in these anyway, so they need to have this with capacitors. And if this was a capacitor version, it wouldn't have this because it wouldn't be able to support any time after the camera shuts off. It'll save the file and then that's it. There's no more power left. Anyway, so keep that set to off. Beep sound, I know some people say they find it annoying. I like having the beep, and it allows me to know that I've made the contact with the button. I've activated that thing just by the sound, you know. So I like having it on. Some people might not, so this is your option if you want to change that. Okay, languages. Well, of course it hosts a whole bunch of languages. I have no idea. I mean, I could, you know, fake you out and say this is Chinese, this here's Japanese, this here's Arabic, this here's Korean, I don't know, Russian, well, I know that's Spanish, Dutch, French, Portuguese, Italian, totally a noob, Polski, I guess that's Polish, and I guess what's that, Ukrainian or Russian? Oh, you guys are, I know, you're going to say, oh, you don't know your languages. No, I really don't. It's pretty bad. Okay, so, of course, for North American purposes, it defaults to English. So if you ever have to reset the camera, it'll default and start up in English. All right, so we're going to select that English. Now, here we go into TV mode. Now, some people ask questions about this. So we'll explain it really quick here. If you live in North America, which includes, I believe, Mexico, United States, Canada, and if you live in Japan, I believe Japan is still running off the NTSC. You're going to want to set it here, all right? If you live anywhere else in the world, well, easy enough, set it to PAL. Is it a big deal? Well, it might be a big deal if you're running different programs and you're trying to edit this. It'll want to convert it to its form, which would be PAL or NTSC. So if you're in North America or Japan, NTSC is your friend, and if you live anywhere else, of course, PAL is your PAL. I'll leave that selected there. Now, along with the TV mode, NTSC and PAL, comes frequency. Now, they both have to match up, so listen up now. 60 hertz, you put with NTSC. 50 hertz is what you will use for PAL. Remember that. You make sure that 50 hertz with PAL, 60 hertz with NTSC. Very important to remember that. Not a big deal, but in the whole formatting of the video, it might make a difference, all right? So that's what you want to do with that. Now, backlight, this is the light that lights up this part of the camera here. Now, when you're out driving, I've had it set to off because we're doing this, and I don't want the light to go off while I'm videotaping. But normally I'll have it set to 30 seconds. And 30 seconds is perfect. You turn, you start up your car, you get power to your camera, it comes on, you can see that it's working, you can see the little red light in the corner flashing, all is good, 30 seconds, boom, it goes off. Any longer than that is really, it's kind of senseless, you don't really need that. So 30 seconds is absolutely long enough. All right, that explains the backlight. Lamp settings. All right, off, on, or auto. Of course, now I'm probably sure you guys want to see what it looks like on, so we'll turn it on, and this is what it looks like. There you go. Yeah, it's not all that great, is it? Okay, so that's lamp settings. Auto, I'm guessing if it senses that it's dark, I don't know. I'm going to put my thumb over the thing here. I don't know. Does it have like a daytime meter maybe at night? Auto, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't work or nothing, I don't know. Anyways, I select mine to off. There's another way to turn this on, and I'll show you when I get to that point. Formatting your card. This is something you should do every couple of weeks, a month, is format your card. SD card, yes. It'll ask you, all data will be deleted, cancel, or okay. So you go down, you press OK, set it to OK, press the OK button, and you could delete, or not delete, but reformat the card. Default settings. If you want to return the menu and everything, if you've made a mistake and your camera's not working right, you may have changed the setting and you're not sure, you can just return it to default settings. All right, so you'd press it down, OK, press the button, OK, and it'll go back to just as like it was when you pulled it out of the box. Version. Now, not that this is a very big deal, but if you really got to know, this is my version. And it's pretty much just a date. Okay. And that's it. We'll go back into daytime. So I'm pretty sure that covers it pretty good. Now I want to show you that light before we take off here. This button here for some reason is sticking. Okay, it's probably me with my sticky fingers. Okay, when it's in record mode, so we'll start a recording. So we have our red light flashing. If you press this button here, the light comes on. So yeah, I think you can see it in the video. Turn it again, shuts off. So that's how you can turn the light on. Not that it's really important or really necessary, because it'll just reflect off your windshield. So it's really not that good. And like I said, the batteries in this have really limited life. All right, so let's shut that to off. Now remember, if you have the icon here with the F, that means you are in, motion detection mode. If you have the G sensor here, little emblem, you might have your G sensor on, or you might have it in parking mode, okay? Of course, like I said, the microphone, I never showed you that. I should go over and show you that real quick, what it looks like. Record audio, here we go. Alright, so we're going to set it to off, just so you guys can see what it looks like. See, there's the red line going through it. So now you know the audio is kaput, it's not working. Alright, let's put that back. Oops. Go down. Record audio. I like to record audio. You never know, singing in the car and stuff like that. Make a real fool out of yourself. G sensor. Let's just put that onto, let's put it onto high and see what it, like I said, I've never tried this out. Okay. Oh, no, here we go. There we go. So I'm learning stuff just like you guys are here. Here we go. So this is the G sensor. And that'll lock... I guess that has to be recording. I wonder if it'll actually change something. Oh, yeah, there. See the little key came up. And I guess it'll probably record for like a few seconds. I'm not sure if it goes out or what's the deal with that. Okay, come on. Enough already. Okay, she's recording. And then, oh no, we're gonna have an accident! Boom. Yeah, so I guess that's pretty good. I wonder if, well, why don't we test it out? Well, I got you guys here. Let's test this out. First I gotta stop it recording. I got this freaking button all gummied up. Go down to G sensor. Select, now that was high. Let's put it on low. Can we hit it a little harder before it goes off? Because that's been my biggest gripe is that, you know, the smallest little thing seems to set these things off. Okay, so we'll start recording. Seems, I don't know that it really made that much of a difference. Well, the choice is yours. You can try it out, and if you get too many locked files, they're just going to use up your memory card, and the camera will no longer be able to record because all the whole memory card will be filled with locked videos. So, and it won't record over those. So, just to let you know. Missing these things here. All right. So that pretty much does it as far as the camera and the menu goes. I think it'll give you an idea as to how things are working on it. The card number I think is a really good idea. And don't forget, guys, this takes a 64 gig card. So you can open yourself up to a lot of memory. Let's put this back here. And that's it in a nutshell. Hey, listen, if you found this video helpful, give me a thumbs up. And if you want to leave a comment, please leave me a comment. If you have any questions, listen, I'll do my best and I'll try and help you out through any of the little situations, or at least point you to a segment in the video that will help you better understand your camera, because it's a lot better if you can learn how to do it, and that way you'll understand it for later. Well, that pretty much covers it, everybody. My name's John. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and I'll get back to you ASAP. That's it for now. Bye.